Hello, my dear little shining stars. How are you all? I hope you all are doing really very well. In our today's class, we are going to start your chapter number 14, which is also your last chapter of the book. And the name of this chapter is Composition and Comprehension. Okay, now what is the meaning of composition and comprehension? In composition and comprehension, you read passages. Okay, even you write messages as well as. Okay, so this chapter is presented in front of us in the form of activity sheet. Okay, so this is the activity sheet number 51. Here, what we are going to do? Let's see. Message. So first of all, my dear student, we are going to see message. What is the meaning of message? The conversation between the two persons. Okay, one person is sender and the another person is receiver. Okay, a piece of message, a message is a piece of information that is written for someone we cannot speak to. Okay, so this is the exact meaning of message. Okay, a message is a piece of information. Okay, a message is a piece of information which is presented in front of us in the form of written. Okay, in the form of written sheet, as well as when we cannot speak with some other person. Okay, read the following telephonic conversation. Here we are going to read a telephonic conversation between John and Ria. Okay, now let's see. John. Hello, who is speaking? Ria. Hello, I am Ria. John. Oh, I need to speak to Akash. Ria. Sorry, Akash is taking bath right now. John. Please tell him that I'm going out to watch a movie. Ria. I'm going out, but I will leave a message for him with my parents, so I can't meet him at the tennis court. I'm really sorry. Yeah, this one. John. Please tell him that I am going out to watch a movie with my parents, so I can't meet him at the tennis court in the evening today. Ria. I am going out, but I will leave a message for him. John. Thanks. Okay, so this is a short telephonic conversation between John and Ria, in which John is saying to Ria to drop a message for Akash. Okay, so in this way we are going to write this message. First of all, we are going to write our date. Okay, whenever you are delivering a message, always write date. Then to whom you are writing this message. So this message is written for Akash. Okay, and write the short message. John called. He is going to watch a movie with parents. Can't see you at the tennis court. Yeah, simple. Okay, but in this message, my dear students, some points which we have to remember is one, message must be in a box. Yes, very important. You are going to write all the messages within a box. Okay, then the word message should be written at the top. Okay, and the word message you have to write at the top of the sheet. Sorry, top of the box. Then date must be mentioned. Okay, it is mandatory rule to mention a date. Whenever if you are not mentioning any date on your message, then your message will be invalid. Okay, message should be to the point. Okay, here you are not going to write a passage or letter. No, you are going to write a to the point message only in 1 or 2 lines. Okay, similarly, this is all about our message. Now we are going to see another telephonic conversation between Jaslin and Ajay. Okay, now see what they are saying. Jaslin. Hello, who is speaking? Ajay. Hello, I am Ajay. Jaslin. Ajay, can you please call mummy? Ajay. Mummy is not at home. Jaslin. Please tell her that my train is delayed due to the fog. I will not be reaching at 10 instead of 8. Ajay. I am going out, but I will leave a message for him. Okay, now my dear student, what you have to do, just take inspiration from this message and you are going to write a short message, okay, on the behalf of Jaslin. Okay, this message will be written by Ajay on the behalf of Jaslin for their mother. Okay, but in a box, and this is a box. Okay, so come with me and let's see how we are going to write this message. So what is the first rule which we have to follow? Let's remember, message must be in a box. This is our box. Okay, the word message should be written at the top. Message is written at the top. Now date must be mentioned. Okay, so you are going to mention our date. So today date is okay. Now you are also going to write your name. So this, okay, this message is delivering to their mom. So, dear mom, Jocelyn called. And now, see, dear mom, Jocelyn called. Her train is delayed due to fog, and now she will be reaching at 10 instead of 8. Full stop. Okay. Now, Ajay. Simple. Done. Okay. Now, activity sheet number 52. Here, read the following story and answer the questions given below. Here, my dear student, passage is given. First of all, we have to read this passage and then we are going to give the answer of the question which is based on this passage. Okay, so let's read the passage. Eric rang his grandparents' doorbell and silently wished the next 4 hours would go by quickly. He didn't want to spend his entire Saturday afternoon at his grandparents' house where there were no kids in the neighborhood. Okay, so this paragraph is based on a boy named as Eric. Okay, and he is going to attend his grandfather's birthday party. Okay, but he was not very interested to attend this birthday party because in the grandparent because at his grandparents neighborhood there is no kid. Okay, there is no kid present, that's why he can't play. Okay, you are on time, you are on time, grandma Bethany said, opening the door. There's tea and cake in the dining room. Okay, so the name of Eric grandma is Bethany. She said, okay, Eric, you are on time. Okay, let's have a cake, let's have a tea and cake for the snacks. Cake. At least the first 10 minutes would go by quickly. Eric hung his coat on the rack by the door and saw a strange looking key hanging on a knock. Grandpa, Bill, what's this funny key for? Okay, so when Eric's grandmother offered him tea and cake as a snack, he was very happy. Okay, so immediately he thought, okay, fine. Finally, my first 10 minutes will be spent very quickly. Okay, so immediately all this thought process is going on his mind. At that time, Eric saw that a strange looking key is hanging at the hook. So immediately he asked, Grandpa, can you please tell me what about this funny key? That's a skeleton key. It opens the best room in this house, Grandpa Bill whispered so no one else could hear. Okay, so his grandpa, means Eric's grandpa, was whispering in very low tone, okay, in very low sound. He is saying that, okay, this key is made up of skeleton. Okay, and with the help of this key, we are going to open the best room of this house in this way, in silent tone. It's the room I go to when your grandmother tries to make me help with the dishes. What's so special about the room? Eric asked. It's a game room, Grandpa Bill said. Take the key and see if you can find the room by the time I finish my tea. Okay, so Eric immediately asked, Grandpa, can you please tell me what's so special about that room? Okay, so immediately his grandpa said, at that room we have a game corner. Okay, so just take this key and try to find that room. Till now, I'm going to finish my cup of tea. Eric grabbed the key and stared at it. A skeleton key. It looks old. Eric decided the oldest thing in the house were probably upstairs in the walk-up attic. Okay, so immediately Eric grabbed that key, grabbed that skeleton key, and immediately he thought, okay, this key is made from skeleton. Okay, so that's why it looks good. And if I'm not wrong, this key is going to open the oldest room of this house. He headed past the dining room and to the stairs. Grandpa Bill sipped his tea and shook his head. Eric knew that meant he was going the wrong way. He headed back to the front door where he had found the key. Okay, until now, Grandpa was sipping his cup of tea. Okay, and immediately he saw that Eric was going in a wrong direction. Okay, so at that time he immediately nodded his head like this. Okay, and Eric understood. Okay, I'm just going in a wrong direction. So that's why he took a U-turn and took the right path. Eric thought about the oldest part of the house, the basement. It's the first part that's built. Okay, so Eric was continuously thinking about the house structure. Okay, and according to his thought process, basement. Okay, the basement of every house is that portion of the house which is constructed on the very first note. Okay, he rushed to the basement door and locked at the lock. It was difficult from a normal lock. He slid the key inside and turned it. With a click, the door opened. Okay, and Eric was absolutely right. Okay, that skeleton key opened the basement door. Eric switched on the lights Eric switched on the light and walked down the stairs. The basement was one giant room with a pool table in the middle and a dartboard on the far wall. Okay, so immediately when Eric reached at basement room, okay, he switched on the lights. Okay, and he saw in front of him there was a huge table on which pool game is kept. Okay, awesome, Eric said. So Eric said, okay, awesome. Learn to play pool? Grandpa Bill asked, coming down the stairs. Okay, so immediately Grandpa Bill asked Eric, do you know how to play pool game? No, Eric said. Eric said, no, Grandpa, I don't know how to play this game. Well, then grab a cue from the rack and I will teach you. Okay. So immediately his grandpa said, okay, no problem. Just grab that stick. I'm going to teach you. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to play the pool game. Eric smiled. The next 4 hours were going to fly by. Okay. So this is all about this paragraph. Now come with me. Let's complete the question answers. First one, what is the setting of this story? Tell where and when the story takes place. So this story starts with when Eric come to his grandparents' house. Okay. So this story starts from grandparents' house on Saturday afternoon. So this is the answer of your question number one. The setting of this story is based on Eric's grandparents' home on Saturday afternoon. Okay. Now the second one. Why didn't Eric want to visit his grandparents' house at the beginning of the story? Why? Because there was no kid. Okay. So here, this answer will be where there were no kids in the neighborhood. Okay. Okay, see. Eric didn't want to visit his grandparents' house at the beginning of the story as there were no kids in the neighborhood. Okay. Now the third one, Grandpa told Eric that the skeleton a key opened a trunk with secret, the basement door, the attic door, a game room. Okay. And fourth one, you are means third and fourth, you are going to do with your own. Now B, choose the best definition for the underlined word in each sentences. Okay. Here, my dear student, total three sentences are given. Okay. And in these sentences, there is one underlined word. Okay. Now we are going to see the exact meaning of this underlined words. Like first one, Eric and his grandfather played a game of pool. What is the meaning of pool? A hole in the garden filled with water, a game where a large ball is shot into a goal, a game where a stick is used to shoot balls across a table. So your answer will be C. 2. Grandpa Bill grabbed a cue from the rack. So cue, what is the exact meaning of cue? A ball used to play pool, a stick used to play pool, a storage container for pool equipment, a stick used to play pool. Third one, you are going to do your own self. Okay. Now activity sheet number 53. Here, my dear student, again a passage is given. Now come with me and let's read the passage. Marcia says that all her friends have a cell phone, but Marcia's mom doesn't want to buy her one. Marcia's mom doesn't want Marcia to play video games either. Okay, so this actually the name of this girl is Marcia. Okay, and Marcia is saying that I love mobile phones, I love playing video games, but my mom is against all of them. Okay, according to my mom, she wants to ban me. What is more, the internet scares her. And why Marcia's mom want to ban Marcia from playing video games? Because she is scared. Okay, she is scared and she is very much dedicated for Marcia's better future. Marcia mom says if Marcia has a cell phone, how do we know whom she is talking to? Video games are bad for you. The internet is dangerous and uncontrolled. It's like having a gun in the house. We should just ban her from using the computer and I am not buying her a cell phone until she is 18. This is the only way we can be sure that Marcia is safe. Okay. And another thought process is also ongoing on her mother's mind. She thought that if Marcia will have a cell phone or a mobile phone, then we are not going to get any information to whom Marcia is continuously talking. Okay. And Marcia is going to spend his most of the time using internet. Okay. And after all, what will happen? Marcia will destroy her future. Okay. According to Marcia's mom, she said that having a cell phone is like you are keeping a gun. Okay, you are keeping a gun at your own house. And on the another hand, Marcia's father disagree with Marcia's mom. Okay, so first paragraph deals with the thought process of Marcia's mom, and the second paragraph deals with the thought process of Marcia's father. So Marcia's father is totally disagreeing with Marcia's mom. Although he agrees that there are some dangers to it, he likes the internet and finds it to be very useful. Okay, in the words of Marcia's father, yes, maybe internet is somehow it become a dangerous, but although it is very useful thing. Okay, the trouble is, he says, we just can't stop Marcia from using the internet as this would put her at a disadvantage. What is more, I like video games. Okay, and according to Marcia's father, they can't stop Marcia from using mobile phone or playing video games. I think that when played in moderation, they were fun. Okay, and in the words of Marcia's father, he said, "See, anything you are using in limit, it is good for our health." Okay, obviously, it is not good to play them without restraint or self-control. Finally, I think Marcia needs a cell phone. We can't take these things away, okay? And anything is doing beyond the limitation, it means what? You are destroying your own self, okay? So from my point of view, I'm agreeing that I'm going to give Marcia a cell phone, okay? So this is all about this paragraph. Now come with me and let's see the question answer section of this paragraph. First, Which of the following best describes the difference between Marcia's mom and Marcia's dad? A. Mom wants to ban Marcia from using the computer while dad likes to play video games. B. Mom thinks technology is dangerous while dad thinks it can be useful. C. Mom cares little about Marcia's future while dad is very supportive. 4. Mom is very restrictive while dad is open-minded. No, the best suited answer is option A. Okay, then 2. Which of the following best describe the similarity between Marcia's mom and Marcia's dad? Mom and dad both like technology. Mom and dad both think video games are bad. Mom and dad both think the internet is dangerous. Mom and dad both care about Marcia's well-being. So option number D is most suitable. Okay. Now third, in paragraph 1, Marcia's mom says it's like having a gun in the house. She says this in order to support the idea that the internet is dangerous, reject the claim that guns can be safe if used responsibly, encourage Marcia's dad to purchase a gun, explain why internet is uncontrolled. So the best suited answer is D. Okay, it's like having a gun in the house. Okay, this line is saying that Marcia's mother is explaining why internet is uncontrolled. Okay. Similarly, 4, 5, and 6 you are going to do with your own. Okay. Now the seventh one. Marcia's mom can best be described as ridiculous, careful, cruel, rude. Careful. Obviously careful. 8. Marcia's dad can be best described as foolish, shameless, foolish, wild, reasonable. Reasonable. Okay. Okay. Ninth one you are going to do with your own. Okay, my dear student, in this way we have completed your chapter number 14 as well as your English grammar book also. Okay, now my dear student, just go thoroughly through this chapter and complete all the remaining exercises. Okay, now I'm taking leave and going to meet with you all in our next class with your book number 6. Okay, with their chapter number 1. Till then, my dear students, you have to take very good care of yourself and as well as keep a smile on your face. Bye.